So we've got new news on the Witcher remake, and it's concerning at best. Not because it's from a brand new studio. No, no, no. That's okay. But because they're not afraid, and this is their quotes, to remove the bad, outdated, and needed to be remade sections of the game, which to me screams for modern audiences. And anytime any company says that, we know it is absolutely going to include the DEI wokeness garbage that kills everything it touches. Everything. And I know they're saying that it's being made by Fool's Theory game developers, but that's only half the truth because it's still CD Projekt Red. You know, the company that openly came out and said they're making DEI into every game they make. Yeah, that company. So let's read the article. Let's look at the company making this, and let's figure out what's going to happen. The Witcher remake devs not afraid to remove aspects which are bad, outdated, and need to be remade. Witcher remake developers Fool's Theory isn't afraid to change aspects of CD Projekt Red's original, which are bad, outdated, and needed to be remade. Why do all these companies put the same thing in back to back? Rephrase it at least a little bit. Speaking to Edge Magazine via Games Radar, Fool's Theory CEO Jacob Brokaws made clear not every part of 2007's Witcher will appear in the highly anticipated remake, though didn't give any specifics as to what will and won't make the cut. First and foremost, we need to be honest, down-to-earth analysis of which parts are simply bad, outdated, and need to be remade. That's such the part that worries me because that's the same thing we hear out of every company before they change the entire story and make the dude a coward, make him incapable, make him incompetent, make him not able to think, and then they throw women in their place. Fool's Theory will simultaneously be highlighting the parts that aren't great should be retained, or are direct key pillars that can't be discarded. Allegedly. Allegedly. I mean, there is a little hope. I mean, technically, they're based in Poland. Based Poland. But they're still under the thumb of CD Projekt Red for this one. The original Witcher game is somewhat outdated in places by 2024 standards, perhaps headlined by its mouse and keyboard only input with matching combat. Instead of controlling Geralt as players did in The Witcher 3, for example, with standard gamepad support, combat involved clicking on enemies and timing subsequent attacks with almost rhythm game mechanics. Its overall gameplay loop is largely similar to that of The Witcher 3. However, players generally follow a story beat into a new area and are presented with a handful of main quests to pursue. Side quests and monster contracts are also available, providing money and items. Okay, you're just rehashing the game. The Witcher 3 remake will make the original game open world. That I'm okay with. I was actually a huge fan of the open world in Witcher 3, and therefore even more in line with The Witcher 3. Though even the latest game will be more than a decade old by the time the remake launches. Little else is known, however, as despite its announcement in October 2022, the game is still very early in development and won't be releasing for another few years. So we've got plenty of time to figure out which way this is going to swing. Though longtime Geralt voice actor Doug Cockle is eager to return. Okay, so there's some hope there. But IGN article leaves out some things. So we're going to jump to another article here in a very specific section. As reported on Games Radar via an interview with Edge, Jacob Rosen claimed that developers would evaluate all aspects of the original and strongly implied that not every feature would make the cut. While it's easy to assume that the problematic sex cards obtained from Geralt's romantic escapades would undoubtedly end up on the cutting room floor. The timing based on combat in The Witcher is also something fans are hoping to get modernized in the remake. So my question is that what they're doing? Are they removing things that the fans liked to introduce CD Projekt Red DEI initiative And that's where I've got some problems. So I took it upon myself to do some research into the company to figure out what are the chances this is going to be a good game. And well, their list is kind of unimpressive. They've done minor things for other games, but their biggest thing that they have is Divinity 2, Gord, and Park Beyond. And Divinity 2 wasn't that bad. It's kind of the stepping stone into, we'll say, the Baldur's Gate 3. But let's keep going here. Started in 2015, so relatively new company. That's not a terrible thing. But then we get down to the team, the people they want to advertise and say, look at us, look at our company. And I couldn't help but notice that it fits right in line with your team must be 50% women. But, when you have CD Projekt Red, you know that the game is going to be a shit show when it releases. But again, we've got a couple of years before we get some real information on what's going on, what they're cutting, what they're keeping in, and how they're going to implement everything. I do have my doubts about this game. I really do. But maybe you guys have more information that I missed. And if you do, leave it in the comment section because I think I'm going to have to do some updates on this one. But while you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. And until next one, guys, be easy like Sleazy.